have I been over here looking at old photos of myself from when I lost weight, you know, and even after that, you know what I mean, up until now. Sometimes you just need a picture of your progress to put things into perspective, okay? So I was looking for a particular picture of myself when I dressed up as a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader one year for Halloween, because that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about, because the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, the new season is out on Netflix and I'm about to watch it. And I started looking for the picture. I could not freaking find the picture. But anyway, I found everything else. Literally from one Halloween, I dressed up as a dominatrix. And I'm like, oh my God, I went through so many iterations and so many changes. And even kind of through my, you know, hot girl era, which was very short, of being like in the club and, you know, and even through every change, every transition, I've remained very humble and just very like, you know, down to earth or whatever, despite how many changes I've gone through. And I also realized, like, it's just crazy how your body changes, your image change, your physical being change, but like who you are does not necessarily change. I can say that I've probably, you know, become nicer, but on the other hand, I've set more boundaries. And so I think sometimes when you set boundaries, people can maybe deem that as like you're mean. You know what I'm saying? But I know who I am. And so when I think back, like, I probably was, I don't know, I think I was like meaner back then. And the reason why I say that are probably not as nice is because I would more or less have the tick, tick, boom thing. You know what I mean? Like, I would just take a lot of shit off of people. And then one day out of nowhere, I would just explode. I don't do that anymore. Like, you know, I am a kind person, but I'm very quick to set a boundary. Very, very, very like, you know, I don't really play. And I think it's just because I've been through a lot of things over these last years. I've just been through a lot of things that have caused me to step up for myself or whatever. And I'm really proud of myself. I have changed a lot, but still in a sense like conservative. Meaning like you would have thought that I would have just jumped out there and just did a whole bunch of just like crazy stuff, but it just goes to show you like who you are is who you are. And wherever you go, there you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because your outer appearance changes does not mean that the nature and your character will change. Hey girls, y'all already know what time it is. We about to get on top of this Uber. My sister called me today and said that they was playing reindeer games. And I said, oh, okay. So if we end up by the NRG stadium, fine, so be it. If not, it is what it is. I'm not about to break my neck and go driving over there like a damn bat out of hell for nothing to happen. You know what I'm saying? What that meme say, are you ready for nothing? So yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, I read last night on Reddit that they was playing games like they tell you to go over to the stadium and it's really nothing, you know what I'm saying? You're not really even making no money or anything like that. So yeah, girls, but anyway, I'm not gonna keep you guys for long. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm sorry, I'm reading over some of these emails that I received. But anyway, let me go ahead and get started, and then I'll give you guys a call back. I guess once we get to, I'm gonna say at least halfway towards our goal or whatever, or if something eventful happens and I need to take a break. But anyway, I'll give you girls a call back.
I never fall. A lot of hoes give me their numbers, but I never call. Then after we hit the club, baby, I'ma hit them draws. Yeah, I'ma break you off. We are gangsters, hustlers, wasters, busters. Wait a minute, motherfucker.
right, girls. I know y'all like, okay, wait a minute. The last time we talked to you, you was down to the gas station about to drive Uber. Yes, I did drive Uber that day, and it was the worst day. I was like, baby, what kind of trickery is this? Okay, so basically, I probably only took, I don't know, like maybe 4 rides or 5 rides, maybe. Girl, didn't make no money. Literally $80. That was the worst day I've ever had on Uber. A lot of that time driving wasn't even driving. It was me literally just waiting for people. I had one person that never came to the car. I had to cancel that ride. I think I ended up having to cancel 2 rides. Well, no, 1 ride, and then it was somebody else. I was almost about to cancel her ride, and then she come calling, and girl, anyway, that was a mess. And then basically everybody that I picked up that day, I had to fucking wait on them. And that's what I hate about the Uber thing, is having to wait on people to come to the car. So I had that going on, and the rides were not paying very much. It's like Uber has this thing where they try to get you all hyped up and like, oh, head out to the area. Now, I'm not about to go chase down going out of my way to drive to the NRG to get these rides, and then you get there and nothing happens, because that happened to my sister or whatever. That's like the smallest amount of money I ever made. It took like maybe 3.5 hours to just make $80. It wasn't, and then some of that was in tips. And so anyway, I was so exhausted the next day. I didn't give you girls a call or whatever. And so today I had to kind of tighten up some loose ends or whatever, just with some of these companies. An update on the company that I worked with, the sponsorship. I did get my money, and I had to pull, you know what I'm saying, like a corporate thug move on them. So what I ended up having to do to get my money, I emailed them again. I was cordial. I had given them a warning that the content would be removed from the video if they did not relinquish my funds. They still kept playing games. I emailed them again, and I told them that the content has the money. I mean, the video is still, the content that I filmed for them is still in the video, and it is now earning commission. And so, when is my payment going to be relinquished? They still start playing games. Oh, my boss is out of town, and okay, no problem. So what I ended up doing is emailing the parent company. I found out who the parent company was, found their contact information, as well as their physical address and a contact number. And I don't know if I said this, but their email address as well. So not only did I email the company, the influencer marketing agency that contacted me on the behalf of the parent company, I emailed the parent company as well. And the influencer marketing company is in China. The parent company is here in the United States. And so once I sent that nasty nice little, you know what I'm saying, corporate thug email, I got my money a few hours later. And in the email, what I did to really make it like, oh, you're gonna pay me. When they first contacted me, they told me how impressed they were with the relationship that I have with my audience. They told me how they loved the fact that I had a very highly engaged audience, and they seemed to really value me and the content that I produce. So what I inevitably ended up doing in the email to get my money, I took that particular quote from the original email that they used to contact me, and I put that in there. And once I put that statement in there, and I, basically was just like, you contacted me because my audience was highly engaged and you valued the quality of content that I made. And then I quoted them, and then under that, I explained to them, I do have a highly engaged audience. I have a big community. And what I would hate to happen is that I go to my community and explain to them that you guys do not hold any valor or integrity. Also let them know that my videos typically amass more than 30% or over 30% of viewership, meaning if I have 17,000 subscribers, typically I get over 30% of viewership. And again, this isn't information that you would want to get out, that you're not an honest marketing agency. So I said some things, like, it was still nice and nasty, in so many words, like, don't let me let Don't let me feed you to the wolves, in so many words. I will feed your ass to the wolves if you don't run me my money. And let me say this before I give you a tip. I also had a contract that I looked at, and when I looked at the contract, it talked about, you know, if you don't meet certain terms and conditions within a certain amount of time, you know, arbitration could be held against you, but the arbitration is to take place in China. So I also used their laws against them, and I said, although I can't perform any acts of arbitration because we can't, your legal process might not be able to be honored in the court of United States, but what I have to say will be valued in the court of public opinion. It just felt like they thought because I was a smaller influencer, or I'm not going to say smaller, I'm going to say up and coming influencer, that I didn't know my rights. Or maybe they thought because of the relationship I have with you guys, we laugh a lot over here, we tell a lot of jokes, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no drinking, smoking, but it's a lot of West Coasting over here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's real laid back over here. And I think sometimes when people see you as more of a personality that's more fun and more laid back, you know, you don't shake the table too much, you don't ruffle too many feathers, for whatever reason they think that they can take advantage of that. And I don't know why you would think in a million years that you could take advantage of me simply based off of maybe my audience size or simply my fun, jovial, very funny, quirky personality. But as jovial and quirky and funny as I am twice as much smart. Don't fucking play with me, and don't play with my money. So anyway, after I pulled that email together, I used their words against them. I talked about arbitration in China and what I would be able to do and how powerful my audience really is. You want me to show you how powerful my audience really is? Keep playing with my fucking money. When I tell you I got a ping on my phone a couple of hours later and my money was there, yeah, don't play with me. And so anyway, we got that resolved or whatever. Girls, don't let nobody play with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play with your money. And if you gotta go dirty, I know some of the girls out there, like, I don't like playing dirty. I don't like pulling the trump card is what I call it, where you got to get your audience involved. I don't like that. I've never had to do that. I never had to get you girls involved to go chew somebody up for me or whatever. But in the event that my money is on the line, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get to benefit from my audience and then not compensate me based off of the terms that we agreed upon. So yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I did want to give you girls an update. You know, baby, this social media space, when it comes to dealing with money and people paying you and stuff, it can get a little rough or whatever, you know what I mean? But glory be to God that I have the smarts and the wherewithal to make things happen for myself, you know what I'm saying? And I know how to speak up for myself. But this comes from years of just being in corporate America and having to go to bat and having to defend myself or whatever. So this comes from years of just having to learn different techniques and strategies. And I never thought I would have to fight for my money. This is like the second time I've had to fight. The first time they just gave me my money, but I never had to pull the stunts that I had to pull to get it. But anyway, yeah, so moving on from that or whatever, an update on the wine, beer / beverage brand ambassador thing that I did last week. I did get an email from the regional manager, and she said that the client was extremely happy with me and the way that I presented myself, the knowledge that I had about the product, and they were so confident and they felt very, just pleased with the way that I represented the brand and the company. And they sent a letter, and the letter went all the way to basically to one of the owners or whatever. And so what I started to do was, like, I started to pull a Johnny Cochran, like, okay, send me a letter, because if it don't fit, you must have quit. No, I'm serious. I'm just joking. But no, I wanted to be like, can I see the letter? But I just left it alone. So I have not had an opportunity to respond back, just simply because I've been busy with other things today. You know what I'm saying? Things that were more pressing. I'll give you guys an update if we ever do another event, but I will say this. I did get a package that the company sent me that was intended for the event that we actually did do. I got that package today. When I tell you, this company put some money behind their brand. They sent me these, I guess these are like little can warmers, or like little, you put your drink in here. So they sent me this, and then it either comes with a pop socket on the inside of it, so or it came with, is this one with, yeah, this one I think, what's in here, or it comes with a coaster. Okay, so this is the keychain. And so I thought this was so cute. So girl, imagine getting a box full of these or whatever. So I really like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like when people put money behind their brand or whatever. So yeah, but that's about it. I had to go to the grocery store, re-up on some celery, of course, and a couple of other things or whatever. I actually had to get some Aleve because girl, the cramps have been chewing me up, okay? And that's also why, I ain't gonna lie, anytime, baby, this content slowed down, I was like, the girls are gonna be mad, because I said I was gonna vlog every single day and release a vlog every single day or whatever, and I have not been good. I haven't been good at doing it, but I am still very proud of myself because I'm showing up. You know, at least I'm showing up. Now, I didn't keep my, what I had, you know, I guess I don't want to say commitment because that's a very strong word, but I didn't keep track, or I didn't keep, what can I use in place of commitment? Let me just say it like this. I wish that I would have been able to be more consistent with the uploads every day, but I was not, but that's okay because I still showed up, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just needed to come back and tell y'all that real quick. Girl, I need to try to figure out a picture for the thumbnail, but then let me figure out a picture for the thumbnail and then I'll give you guys a call back. All right, girl, I'm back. So I was looking at the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and I was looking at season 3, episode 6, girls, and the name of that episode was called You Are a Star Now. But I am an avid, you girls know, I freaking love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, right? In this episode, I noticed that they focused a lot on, you know, the girls and social media, and how, you know, when you become a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader, or even if you make it to training camp, your opportunities for influencing and, you know, brand deals and stuff completely increase, because obviously they're like the most famous cheerleaders in the world. Some of the girls that made it are either the girls that they were on the bus, and I think they were leaving a performance. So the first thing that a lot of those girls did was immediately go on TikTok and do hashtag Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And when they did that, they saw a lot of really, you know, disparaging things being said about them. The organization has gotten really good with supporting the girls and, you know, starting up initiatives and helping them get better and so on and so forth. But what I think they need to start doing is like kind of guiding them in a direction away from, you know, getting so attached to what people have to say about them. You know, the thing is with social media, you are never going to win. I don't care who you are, what you do. I just don't feel that it's possible to win against social media, because it's one you, or even if you have a team, it's you and your team really trying to fight the world. You know, so even if you dispel one myth, sometimes people will take that one thing and it magnifies, and that one thing can turn into something else, something else, something else. And before you know it, it's bigger than you and anything else around you. So it's just pointless. I think it's pointless to, you know, keep going out there looking to find stuff about yourself. And that would be like the first thing that they would do. And even, you know, the two women, one name is Kelly, and I forgot the other lady name. I think Shannon or something like that. but they would even be on Reddit and, you know, just looking and reading things about some of the girls. They was like, yeah, you just have to be mindful of the stuff you post because little girls are following you. Like one girl, she posted a video of herself dancing to a song, but the song had some cuss words in it. So girl, they gonna call her in there to talk to her about that. And I was just thinking to myself, it's shit like this that I would not want to be dealing with. If you're gonna do social media, you gotta understand, no matter how clean of an image you try to have or how correct you try to be, people are almost always going to have something to say. And the worst thing you can do is go out there looking for shit. It's gonna mess up your sauce every single time. On YouTube, we have reaction channels or whatever, right? And although people don't, I'm blessed. I will admit I'm very blessed that, you know, I'm just the girl next door, you know, and I'm not discussed so much on the reaction channels, but I have been in the past. Or whatever, but it was nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? It was just really, girl, I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. I was basically, I had did a video, and basically the reactor, she was just saying, girl, y'all look at Rochelle dipping that wig in that water, girl. I was fucking dead. So she basically was just talking about, it was like I was in the pool and I had a wig on, and she dipping that wig in that water, girl. I was fucking dead. So anyway, anytime she would react to me, it would be really, really funny. So I was blessed in the sense of like she would be really funny. And then I think before that she had did a reaction to me, and it was like, you know, it was a video where I was like really sad, and I just remember her giving me some really encouraging words like, girl, just keep going, you know, or whatever. And so I've been lucky in the sense of like not having a bad rap. I think after the reaction that she did when she was just like teasing me about dipping my wig in a pool and in the water or whatever, guys, I hit rock bottom in terms of my depression. Oh my God, it was bad. And so it's like after that, I didn't look at the reaction channels anymore because I had gotten so depressed. It was like debilitating. So I would have to say that in the sense of my depression saved me, and it trained me enough to not be going on in, you know, reaction channels and looking for stuff. If you go looking for negative stuff or anything about you, you're almost always going to find it. And it does affect you. You know, as you sit in front of the camera longer and you get more and more skin in the game, things don't bother you as much, but you also learn how to make peace with the fact that not everyone is gonna like you, not everyone is gonna say kind things about you. If you want longevity in this, I would not encourage that you go out there and look for stuff. I want you girls to go look. If y'all have a chance, or maybe if you're at work and you just need the day to pass by, girl, just go look at the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I mean, if you're into that type of thing. But I want y'all to first look at episode 6 of season 3. You have to know who you are, and you have to know your truth, because what people don't know, they will create, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes even if they know a little bit of something, that little bit of something that they know, even if you shared it, they're going to run with it, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I just be like, sometimes you can't let people spray you with your own tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, but even if you don't believe in letting people spray you with your own tea, like basically like, what I mean by spray you with your own tea is like, let me get out here and tell people X, Y, and Z, because then if I tell them, I don't have to worry about nobody telling my business because I told it. It's really what that analogy means. You know, just like with me driving Uber, I didn't really think it was no big deal, but it's fun. I ain't gonna lie, it's fun shit. But I think for me, it wasn't that I was worried about somebody spraying me with my own tea. It was just the truth of where I was at the time. And it ended up me telling that thing ended up being such like so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Even sharing that or whatever. But it's so many people that was like, oh my God, girl, don't tell nobody that. Don't tell nobody that. And I'm just like, okay, so what? Like, I drive Uber, it's not a big deal. And I was able to be creative enough and make it into something really fun. But I was also thinking like, shit, what if one of the bombshells get in my car and be like, oh girl, Rochelle driving Uber, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt so, I had so much compassion for those girls that's you know, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or whatever, because girl, the internet can be vicious. The internet can be vicious. Like, I knew someone who was like, oh, I want to start my own YouTube channel. And one of the pieces of advice that I gave her, like, if you're gonna start doing YouTube, I think it is very important that you learn early on not to you know, talk disparagingly about people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to talk disparagingly about people, because no matter how cute and funny you think it is, it's gonna always be somebody in the comment section that's gonna be able to chew you up like Tia Kemp. If you want to do this, I'm not telling you to get on here and not the curls come out. I'm not telling you to get on here and be an ass kisser or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying, you know, just be cognizant of the things that you say. Because even though people may not remember what you said to them, they may not even remember what you necessarily did to them, but people will always remember how you made them feel. And if people are watching your YouTube channel and you are making them feel less than, or you're making them feel you know, like they're not good enough or whatever it is, if you give them those negative emotions, that shit is gonna backfire on you. And although you might still get the views, you might still get the accolades or what have you from people who truly love you and understand you, you will get a lot of backlash. And even if you try to pivot, people are always going to remind you of something you did or you said to hurt them or make them feel hurt. I would just say, girl, if you gonna do the social media thing, please don't go looking for nothing about yourself, because I guarantee you gonna find it. You know what I mean? It is a guarantee that you gonna find something. I'm trying to get my curls to be like fluffy and bouncy and shiny and now me almost burning my head, and like kind of like romantic. I saw a picture on TikTok of this lady, and she had this beautiful hair, and I was like, oh my God, I want my hair like that. So y'all know, I went and dug out the wig, honey. I went and dug this wig out, and I'm trying to achieve that look or whatever. But girl, this hair is gorgeous, but girl, it doesn't necessarily hold the curls, you know what I mean? And so that's why I gotta put a little bit of heat to it in order to lock everything in. And then we're gonna take this down in the morning. I'm not gonna lie, girls, I want to have a pretty girl day. I really do, but it's been so hot. Y'all don't be laughing at my wig. It's kind of getting a little bald headed on this side. Don't laugh at it, but because we gonna make it work. But yeah, I've been wanting to have a pretty girl day, but the heat has been keeping me in, you know. But anyway, girl, let me finish curling my hair real quick, and then I'll give you guys a call back.